everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another foundation first impressions as promised. I'm very excited to be filming all of these. Excuse me. So today's foundation that I'm going to be testing out is the Milani Conceal+Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I have heard loads of people rave about this, but I've never actually tried it myself, so I figured we would give it a go. First up, I'm going to read you a little bit about the foundation and what it says on the website, because I think it's meant to be a full coverage one, but I don't know sort of what it claims to do. So it says, meet the hardest working multitasker in your cosmetics bag. Combat under eye circles, redness and other skin imperfections with our water resistant, oh didn't know that, foundation and concealer in one flawless perfecting step. This lush, creamy, rich formula applies evenly to perfect and conceal with a natural looking finish, lightweight, full coverage and all day wear for a beautiful even skin tone. And it says it's available in 29 shades. However, I think they've actually updated that since. I think there's 45 shades now, which is an incredible shade range. You can see there's lots of fair, medium, tan and then deep skin tones, and it's kind of catered for each undertone as well. So you've got more warm, cool, neutral. So that's really good. Very impressive. The fact that it has got so many shades. I got mine from Beauty Bay. I believe it was £12.99. Let's have a quick look though. I've never actually tried anything from Milani makeup. I have seen their sort of baked bronzers that I've always wanted to really try as well. So if this goes well, I might have to try a few more bits from their range. It was £13, sorry, exactly, on Beauty Bay, and if you spend £15 with them you get free shipping anyway. So I actually ordered a few foundations to test out. There are 21 shade options on Beauty Bay at the moment, but I don't know if that's because some might be out of stock or something. I'm not too sure, but yeah, quite a varied range, which is very impressive. And the other thing is it is cruelty free. All of the foundations I will be testing are cruelty free. I don't use any makeup that is tested on animals. I refuse. Yeah, this is cruelty free. So was my last one, but I think I actually forgot to mention that, which was my e.l.f. foundation testing video. They're cruelty free too, so if you haven't seen that, go and check that out. But today we're going to be testing this one. My tan has faded loads, so I've had to buy like various shades for the foundations I'm testing, and this is the one that seems to match me best today, so I decided to go for this one. So the packaging is really nice. It's glass. It's quite not heavy, but it feels quite luxurious, quite nice. It's got like this black to clear ombre effect. I like the packaging. I think it's cute. It's just got a plasticky lid and it comes with a pump, which is fab. That's my fave. Love a pump. It is 30ml, which is the standard size for foundation, so that's good. I love that it says it's going to be lightweight but full coverage. However, on the back here it actually says medium to full, so I think I might have to sort of build it up a little bit. I did not know it was water resistant and sweat proof though. How good is that? Let's get started. As always, I will be priming one half of my face to see if that affects the way it blends, the way it wears, longevity and everything like that. And I'm also going to be testing out whether I prefer applying it with a brush or a damp beauty sponge. Generally I tend to prefer sponges, however at the moment I've been loving applying it all over with a brush and then blending it in with a sponge after. 1, looks really nice. 2, brush gives me slightly more coverage, and 3, makes it so much quicker. But we're going to test them separately today and then I'll see what I want to do. So to prime, I'm going to use my Bare Minerals Prime Time Original Primer. I used that in my last one, and I think I'm just going to use this every time so that it makes it sort of a fair test across all the foundations I'm going to be trying out. I'm going to prime the right side of my face today. Yeah, I've had loads of good things about this foundation, so I'm actually really excited to try it. I've been meaning to try it forever. But it's just one of those things I've not got round to doing, you know. Also, I've tinted my eyebrows again, so they look crazy at the moment, but once the rest of my makeup's on, it'll look fine. Also meant to say that I have like prepped my skin so it was clean and then moisturised about an hour before I start to film this video, so it had time to soak in and make my skin look nice. I always do that before foundation, so I'm gonna sort of keep the same routine. The colour I picked up was 06 Sand Beige, and I think it's probably gonna match me pretty well. I'm quite a yellowy undertone, so yeah. Right, I've done one pump or one and a bit because it takes a little while to get it out. Looks like a pretty good colour to me. It came out quite thick, but it did say it's lightweight, so I'm hoping it's one of those that as you blend it feels really nice and light on your skin, because there's nothing worse than feeling your foundation on your skin, in my opinion. I hate it. So I'm going to start with the brush and I'm going to do it on the unprimed side. I'm just going to do sort of one dunk in. Oh yeah, it's really lightweight. I like how it applies with the brush as well. It looks really nice. It's actually really thin as you go to apply it, so you don't get like brush or streak marks or anything so far. The colour's pretty good. I just got to blend it down my neck because my neck always stays super white. I'll do that properly after. It's slightly perfumed. I mean, I like the smell, to be honest. It smells lovely, but if you don't like scented products, then that's something to consider. Yeah, I really like how it applies with the brush. I'm gonna try it with the damp sponge now and just see if it makes much difference. Blends really nicely with the sponge as well. Don't think it makes an awful lot of difference, to be honest. So yeah, blends nicely using both tools. Oh, I'm loving this so far. It's pretty good coverage, seeing as this is one thin layer. It seems to have covered all of my redness, and you can just see sort of the occasional slightly larger, deeper freckle. I'd say you perhaps get slightly more coverage with a brush, but that's quite normal. I'm still going with that one pump as well, so a little goes a long way. Again, I'm gonna go with the brush. Oh, okay, that was the end of that pump. So I've done 2 pumps. I'm gonna go back in with the brush and go on the prime side now. Yeah, blends really nicely on the prime side too. I actually think it blended a little bit easier on the unprimed side, but still blends really easily and nicely. Again, I'm just gonna go back in with a sponge now and see. Yeah, blends nicely with the sponge as well. I actually think I prefer how it blended on the unprimed side though. It just seems to, yeah, go on a bit easier and looks a little bit more dewy, so that's something to consider. I love the coverage and finish of this though, and it is so lightweight. So I've still got a little bit of this second pump left, so I'm going to sort of do it on my cheeks, see if I can build up the coverage a little bit, even though it's pretty good coverage already. Just want to see how it blends on top once you've already sort of put some on. Yeah, blends really nicely when you build it up as well. Yeah, that definitely increases the coverage as well, because I can't see some of my freckles now. So I would say that yes, this is a full coverage foundation if you build it up, and if you don't build it up, it's still like a medium to full. It's really good coverage. I'm loving it already. Oh my god, that blends so easily. Gonna zoom you guys in a little bit just so you can see sort of how my skin looks. Oh, yeah, it definitely perfects your skin. I love it. That was so easy to blend. Like I said, didn't really make much difference on whether it's primed or not, just actually slightly easier on the unprimed side, and I think I prefer how it looks on the unprimed side too, so bear that in mind. I'm now gonna quickly pop off camera, pop some concealer on, set with powder only under my eyes. I don't want to set my face because 1, I don't normally, and 2, I want to test it in its truest form, just see how it really does perform on its own, because not everyone uses powder, and I won't be using setting spray either. I'm then going to take a flash test, see if it makes me look greasy, oily, see how it works under flash photography, and then I will be back. So I just popped concealer on and powder. It literally blended so easily. It's so quick and easy to get this foundation on, and yeah, it blended beautifully on top. My skin is looking freaking awesome at the moment. It looks flawless. I'm gonna get a little bit closer so you can see. My ring light is making me look a little bit shiny, but it doesn't look that shiny in real life. However, I did just do a flash test with my ring light still on as well, just to see how it performs under flash lighting. Yeah, so I'm gonna pop that in now. So got hardly any bounce back, didn't look greasy or oily at all. My skin actually looked really good. The only place it looked slightly shiny was here. Again, here looking in the mirror, can't see it at all. But if that was a problem, I could just set that little bit with powder, and that'd be it really. But yeah, I'm gonna have a look. So it looks so smooth across my cheeks. It blended super easily. The coverage is insane. Like, you can still slightly see a couple of freckles that are like bigger and darker, but I actually like that because it helps make it look more natural. But I would still say it is full coverage. You can't see any pinkness in my cheeks. It's just made my skin look so even and like flawless, but still quite natural. It's so lightweight, can't feel it on my skin at all. My concealer blended amazingly into it. It was so quick to put this on. Usually when I'm doing first impressions, I have to like take a while to build it up, but I literally used 2.5 pumps, and I've got insane coverage, and it blended like so easy. So yeah, I am loving it so far, really impressed, and I can see why people rave about it. So I just hope it performs throughout the day. But I'm gonna go and do the rest of my makeup, and I will be back in a few hours with an update to see how this wears. I completely forgot to mention the time. So the time is now 12:20. I started putting this on about, I don't know, start filming about midday. So the reason I'm starting later, by the way, is because I'm out tonight. So I want my foundation to last well and look pretty good. And I'm probably going to get back at about midnight, which means I get 12 hours to test it, and I'm going to end the video then. It's going to be after a few glasses of wine, so hopefully, you know, I'm not too tipsy and I still make sense. Hi guys. Someone's drilling. Okay, I'm really sorry if they start drilling again and you can hear them in the background, but I have no idea how long that's going to go on for, and I need to do another update. It's 4 o'clock, so I've had the foundation on for about 3.5 hours now. So I'm gonna have a quick look. I mean, it looks insane. It's so smooth across here, it's actually quite satisfying. My skin literally looks flawless. It hasn't sunk into any pores. It's gone slightly melty around my nostril here, which is just something a majority of foundations do on me. I have found some that don't, but I would just set around here with powder. I'm used to it anyway, so it like doesn't really bother me. It hasn't done that on the unprimed side though, so the primer perhaps seems to not work so well with this foundation, because earlier I said that it was more dewy on the unprimed side, so I possibly wouldn't bother to use a primer with this so far anyway. We'll see how it performs throughout the day. It's ever so slightly sunk into the lines in my head, but not visible from a distance. This is just me like looking really closely. That's it really. I literally have nothing else to say about this other than it looks flipping amazing. It's got like a nice natural dewy finish. It hasn't faded or creased or clung to any areas or gone particularly oily. Yeah, I love it. Super lightweight, really comfortable. Rest of my makeup went on really nicely as well. It sounds weird, but I did my makeup so quickly today because blending this foundation out took no time at all. My concealer blended into it really well, so that took like no time at all. And then I literally just whacked like bronzer, blush, and a little bit of eye makeup and lip stuff on, but it was just so quick. But yeah, I'm really loving it so far, and it's not sunk into my pores. It doesn't really look any different on the prime to the unprime side, apart from the slight melting around the nostril on the prime side, but other than that, that is literally it. So yeah, I will be back in a few more hours for another update. Hi everyone, so it is now 7 o'clock, so I've had this on for 6.5 hours. Is it 6.5? It's about 12:30, wasn't it? Yeah, 6.5 hours. So it's been a few hours since I last saw you, and it's time to have another look. Okay, it still looks so good. It's crazy. It's gone slightly oily here, sort of between my brows and slightly above in the centre of my forehead. A little bit oily across my cheeks here, and a tiny bit on my chin. Don't know if you can see, it's a little bit oily here. But nothing major, to be honest. It still just looks like a healthy glow. I don't look greasy or anything. I think it's a bit more obvious on camera because of my ring light behind, and it's starting to get dark outside now, so the lighting's gone a bit funny. But to be honest, now I know this, next time I will just powder under my eyes and bring it down slightly there, and then on my chin, and it'll be fine, because the rest of it literally looks amazing. My skin looks so nice, and all my makeup sitting on top of it looks so nice. It hasn't sunk into my pores. It literally looks so smooth across my cheeks. It's making me very happy, because sometimes I have foundations that sink into my pores a tiny bit, but this, it literally looks amazing. No different on the prime to the unprimed now, really. I think it looks exactly the same. This has started to slightly melt around my nostrils on the unprimed side, whereas it hadn't done that earlier. And it is a little bit more on this side, so that's the only difference between the two sides, is that it's kind of melted around my nostrils a little bit more. But like I said, it's nothing that a bit of powder can't fix if I set it before or touch it up. I mean, I don't tend to touch my makeup up throughout the day, to be honest, other than lipstick, purely because I can't be bothered. But yeah, I would just make sure that I set round my nostrils and under my eyes, and then put any excess powder on my chin. And other than that, it literally looks insane. I'm loving this so far. So that's all I have to update you on, really. The rest looks amazing. Hasn't sunk any further into my lines either, I meant to say that. And it's not rubbed off anywhere or anything. The colour is such a good match. Yeah, it's looking awesome. My hair is looking better now than earlier as well, because I've actually, you know, done something with it. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you in a few more hours with my final update, really. See you soon. Hello everyone, so I'm back for my final update. It is now 20 to 1 in the morning. I purposely stayed up so that I could do this review, because I didn't end up going out in the end, but obviously I wanted to test it for a decent amount of time. So I'm just going to have a look at the foundation one more time and see what's going down. Excuse my hair, by the way, it looked way cuter earlier, but then we went and walked the dog in the rain and this happened. But it means I got to test this in the rain and see if it's waterproof, and I think it is, but let's get a closer look. So it still looks pretty damn amazing. It's smudged a little bit here, but that's because whenever I eat I get lipstick on my chin, and I like rubbed it off my chin a bit, so that's my doing. It hasn't sunk into my pores at all. It still looks so smooth across here. Hasn't sunk any further into the lines in my head, and it hasn't sort of faded anywhere. It's gone quite melted around here, so I would definitely need to set around here with powder, and it's just gone a little bit more oily across the cheeks and in like the T section, really, which now that I know that it does that, I can literally just set under my eyes like I normally would, bring the product down and then run it through my T-zone as well, because I really love how this foundation looks, how it wears, because it means I've had it on for over 12 hours now, and it literally still looks amazing, just slightly oily. But to be honest, I quite like the dewy look, so it doesn't really bother me all that much. Like, I would actually go out like this, but I could set it with powder if I really wanted to. But yeah, it's also super lightweight, feels really nice on the skin still, hasn't felt like I can't wait to get it off. I haven't got that feeling. I literally can't feel it on my skin. And the rest of my makeup still looks pretty damn good on top. So yeah, the only thing I would say is that it was slightly perfumed when I was first applying it, but literally as soon as I blended it, I like couldn't smell it anymore, and that it goes slightly oily. So if you've got oily skin, you may have to set all over with powder or maybe setting spray or something. Sorry, I just had a sneezing fit, now I feel all bunged up. But if you've got dry skin, this would be really good as well. The coverage is insane, it's really good, especially as it's so lightweight, and I literally only use like 2 to 2.5 pumps for my whole entire face and building coverage, which is good because it means this is going to last a very long time. So I think this is one of my new favourite foundations as well. Well, obviously based on this first impression, I'm going to continue to wear it and test it out, but based on how it's gone today, I literally love it. I'm really impressed with it, and it was only £13, so I'm doing quite well so far. My e.l.f. one was pretty good, and now this one is pretty good. So yeah, hopefully all of the foundations I test I will love. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already, because why not? Come on, it's free. Make sure you don't miss any videos. You can click the little bell and that will actually give you a notification every time I upload, so you can see all the other foundations I'm going to be testing out, because I've got loads to do and I'm actually really excited to do it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.